Hello, welcome once again to Bowles Theory of Everything. Today we're going to deal with drawing bowls, and I haven't shown this demonstration before. It's pushing on or pushing off other bowls. In my previous video I explained why mastery of drawing your bowl to the jack is the cornerstone of our game of bowls. From that basic yet almost indefinable skill come many other shots you're required to play. I've described some of these shots in detail. The trail of the jack to a group of your own bowls, the bowl drawn to a group of your opponent's bowls, and bowling to a jack that's been hit off centre, or trying to block a bowl. But two of the shots that I haven't done yet and shown to you are the push on and push off, or promote or rest out, and that's what I do now. It's, as the other variations of a draw, it's basically a draw with a small adjustment, usually about a yard of weight and a little bit of width, different from drawing to the jack. They can be described as an overdraw. So it's just overdrawing it, going a bit narrow, and that little adjustment is designed to change the head around in your favour. So first of all, I'm going to show you an example here of pushing off bowls. And I'm moving over to head. I've set this up, and you see the black team, my opponents, have got 4 shots on. They are an enticing arrangement, but I'll give a more difficult shot on my next demonstration. But at the moment, the trail is open, so this is a win-win shot. You can go for a trail, which is a yard on, which I showed in my previous video, to carry that jack over to those 3 bowls there. But the bowls are nicely set here where you can rest them out. Worth being up to that black shot by the jack, but basically you're just drawing it off. You don't need much weight, but this much of weight when it arrives, just enough to replace it. So I'll show you what it would look like if it's come down from there. It's just arriving as a draw, and that's gone over to the red one there. So if I do the same shot, try that shot again, and I'll demonstrate. If you get it clean, it'll be better. But that's you're just arriving at the shot bowl, just gently drawing it off and staying like that. So you only need that weight. You're basically drawing it off. Now, if you've got bowls against you here, if we switch those around, it's even more important that you don't have extra weight. So you've got to do the same shot. Basically, you're drawing it, even if you come in off this bowl and draw in. So you've got to draw it, but don't go too heavy. So it's more important that you just arrive with a foot of weight this time. That was a bit more gentle, that was that weight. So it's quite fine adjustments, and you've got to be confident of doing it. Weigh up the odds of success or failure before you attempt that shot. I'm back again with a rearranged head, and here it's not such an obvious resting bowl because there's not such a path in through there to those back 3 reds, and this way it's not, we're not really looking for a trail either, but that shot there is quite close to the jack, and it just needs either a little nudge out there, or even there we'll give a squeeze on the jack and knock that over there. So it's just, again, when you're lining up the shot from the mat, you're aiming to draw on the backhand here, and you're looking at these bowls for your aim from the other end. So you're drawing to the jack, you're not looking at the jack, you're looking at this distance and that extra width, you're drawing through the line there. And I'll show the bowl coming in. So you either hit it at an angle like that and knocks it out that way, and it brings these other bowls in the same time. That's called a squeeze. I'll show that again. You can either come off the wood or squeeze the jack at the same time, and it'll go over the other side. So that it's coming in at an angle on the draw there. That's all. So that's the sort of shot it works. Now there's one more thing you can do when the opposition has a toucher. And again, you can look where the toucher's lined up. It doesn't need much onto that shot bowl to give it a little nudge. So again, it's the same principle. You're drawing through the line and you're just arriving at that shot bowl. You're aiming, come through here on the backhand, you're aiming to draw to here. Don't worry about that, you're just aiming to draw through there, and you don't need much weight through this gap. You just give that shot wood a little nudge, and there it goes. So there's all sorts of shots just based on this draw. And the next two demonstrations I'm going to do, instead of resting bowls out, I'm going to be promoting bowls, because that's the only way of getting through to get to the shot. So I'm just going to rearrange the head. These last two heads have shown that you can push these shots out and gain shots, or take the shot out and get one shot yourself and take away your opponent's shot. Every now and then that won't work, it can chip the wrong way, but if you're down shots anyway, then you've made the right decision, and it's not going to work 10 times out of 10, 20 out of 20. Sometimes that's going to go wrong. It's always a question about weighing up the odds. You do the best shot with the head you've got, and yeah, sometimes it'll go wrong, but have faith in what you're doing. And usually I say, well, you align shots anyway. If you're 4 down, if you end up still 3 down, whatever, well, that's worth it. Here's my first demonstration of pushing on a bowl to get into the shot position. I've set this head up here. The red team could drive down the middle, might get a result, but the blacks have got 2 best backs, so a more attractive option here is to promote this short bowl. Just turn it over so you're drawing through the line. Not much more than a draw to the jack. You're aiming to draw through to about here. That will give you enough momentum on this bowl to push it forward. And if it's fairly close to the jack, which that is, then if it's quite close there and it doesn't need much of a roll over and it's not going to get knocked off, the chances of success are quite high on this one. So you're drawing, and of course you're drawing around here, and there's another, that shot, drawing to that isn't an option either, so I'll put one in the way. So what you're looking for is just to promote that red one in the middle there, and it just needs that little bit of weight, just to push it on. The draw's coming through on the forehand here, it's just pushing it on like that. That was an in-off, but either works. So I'll try that once more, and you can see the effect of these. They're very effective shots. I'll put it on its side now. That helps it not, that'll show you it doesn't roll quite as much when it's on its side. You're drawing in here, aiming to draw through here, through the line to reach there. You're just overdrawing it. Don't go too heavy. All right there. So that's the sort of weight you need, just so the bowl rolls over a couple of times. Now when you need to push on a bowl from here, it becomes a lot more difficult, and it's quite common. Quite often the skip will say, come on, you just need to push that bowl up there. But to push a bowl up from a yard short or more is much harder, because when you're pushing a bowl up from near the head, if I'm pushing a bowl up from here, if it goes that way or that way, it's still going to, or straight on, it's going to count. But if you bowl it from here and you hit it that way or that way, it's not going to count for anything. So there might be a better option than try and push this up. I mean, there may be, you know, depending how the bowls lay, maybe a better option of drawing around here. Or if you had one less bowl at the back, maybe a heavy one through the middle. But to try and bowl up here, push that up, it's not an easy shot. It may be the only shot left to you, and at least if you've got two bowls, you can draw it through, and if it doesn't quite work, you've opened up the gap for your last bowl. So they're the two push on shots of I wanted to show you there, and I've got one more demonstration of promoting bowls, and next one's going to be promoting a bowl to get a cover bowl. And my final head is going to be showing how to push up a bowl as a cover bowl, because the danger in this head to the red team is that the black team come through, trail the jack back to those bowls there, pick up 4 shots. So we have to get a bowl into here to cut down those shots to none or 1. So, but this bowl is a little bit in the way. You can't draw, you have to draw it through. So I'm going to go down the other end and see if I can draw to there. And the idea is, if I aim to draw to here, it will go through that line of that bowl and push it through. Right, I'm on the mat, I'm aiming that yard wide of the mat, I'm aiming at that cluster of bowls beyond the jack, and see if I can push that bowl through. And here it's coming down, and there that's pushed that on, and that's gone into a safety place. 2 bowls there. Worst scenario, cut them instead of a possible 4, probably restricted them to 2 or even the shot. That concludes my series on drawing. Doubtless I will revisit this in future because of its importance. It's the cornerstone of bowls, and if you master the draw, all these shots are available to you. My next video is on the structure of bowls and what it's like at local level, district level, county level and national level. And please subscribe to keep this channel going and to get the next video ready, available for you when it comes out. Thanks very much for watching, and bye bye.